everyone, it's Luca Volpe here, and thank you very much for purchasing the lucky envelopes. Me, Paul McGuire and Alan Wong were very happy that you finally have in your hands the ultimate version, this routine that has served me well for more than 15 years. I have performed this routine everywhere, from cruise ships to corporate shows, parlor shows, basically everywhere. I play this routine even online. You're going to learn routine that you can perform on stage, you can perform online. If there are still rules where you cannot touch people or people cannot touch your props, this is a perfect routine. Basically, you can perform this everywhere. Now, just let me give you a little bit of history behind it. I created this routine many years ago. In fact, I also explain in some of my lectures. Some of you saw this on my Penguin lecture. The problem was that the people had a little bit of difficulties in actually finding the right props. Because, depends from where you live, in which country. So me, Alan and Paul, we decided to custom made all the props. I mean, everything has been redesigned, has been custom made. All the envelopes has been created from scratch, specifically for this routine. So it was like a crazy journey to do it. Even if you see some simple material, I can assure you that it wasn't simple to actually find the right size. We even actually, thought about the right distance between the base of the thumb and the insert of the envelope. I mean, we spent so much time, but in your hands, you have a product that will serve you well for a long time. How this has born this routine? Well, it's born in with a kind of different method. Then I showed this. I remember Steve Cook is a genius, not a fake genius. He's a real genius. Fake Genius is this book that you should buy. It's great. Anyway, so Steve Cook saw this routine at my lecture, and he fell in love for it. And he came to me with a new idea, kind of improved method. And then I got his method and I improved even more during the years. And now I even added clip choice, which is the final revelation with a paper clip, which is it really pushed this routine to another level. And basically, clip choice is something that I performed for the first time at Penn & Teller Full House. And now I'm going to explain to you. And that is a beautiful little things that you can use with this routine in conjunction with this routine, but also you can use by itself, because that one already can be a 50-50 routine. So it's really cool. And I can tell you that plus the lucky envelopes is a strong act. But before I go further, because I will explain the performance that you saw before, because of course this is the explanation video, I'm going to do the unboxing with you so you know exactly all the prop you got, and we talk about also the material and everything else. So this is the unboxing video of the lucky envelopes. So before we start, let me show you what you actually got. Okay, so inside this envelope you got this package which contains this clip. Now, I would like to point the fact that everything has been sourced and created by Alan Wong. Not, of course, this has been sourced in the right shape and the right strength for the clip choice I'm going to do in a moment. You will see the explanation in a bit. So this is the clip. And inside here, you got the main thing, which are the envelope and all the other bits I'm going to show you in a moment. So first of all, let's talk about the envelope. Now, these have been custom made, and I would like to point this fact, which is really important. You see, when I was explaining the routine in my lecture, it was not easy to actually get hold of the original envelope. So we decided to actually make this from scratch. And the beautiful things here, let me show you that everything, even the right distance between the thumb and the end of the envelope has been studied, and we really spend a lot of time in creating this. Then inside here you will see this cardboard paper, which actually is a special cutted one. You see there is this little bit here. It's a very strong paper. This will always stay in this envelope, so don't worry about it, okay? This, in fact, I need to go quite thick, quite tight inside, because this will protect the envelope, will also protect the cardboard inside. You never need to leave the cardboard from inside, okay? And you don't need to take it out. There is no, you don't need to. And actually important, it stays inside, so the plastic of the envelope will protect everything else. The number is printed on the actual cardboard, so it's not a sticker on top here, so it's actually printed. It's very nice. And there is this little lip of really 1 millimeter that will help you to open the envelope, and you will see this during the explanation. Now, I'm going just through the actual, you know, the actual prop. Okay, so you have 2 envelopes, they're exactly the same, and this will put away. And inside here you have this, I'm actually opening with you, you have this card right here. Now these cards are very important because these are the for the clip choice routine, okay, for the final revelation. Now you will see you have 2, they say you will choose number 2, you will choose number 1. These are in English. And then you have the choice, which is the circle and an X, and you will know about it during the explanation. And then you have 2 blank, so that you can write in your own language. And then you have some just blank business card. And again, you can make your own. We just wanted to include everything so you can start right away with out from the box. Then you got the link here, okay, if you're watching this. And then you have the envelope, and this is beautiful because also this envelope has been custom made. That's not normal manila envelope, but these have been custom made. If I can remove from inside here, not easy. There we go, like this. So this envelope has been custom made, and also you see the envelope have been printed with a color, so it's not a color sticker. These have been custom made. They're absolutely beautiful. Also, they're very thick. I mean, this is not a normal manila envelope that you normally find. This is really, really thick. We have 2 green and 2 red, and basically this is it. And you can go and enjoy and perform for thousands of people like I've done on the cruise ship. This is a high quality material. It has been everything custom made for this routine. Envelopes, manila envelopes, you know, everything has been created by Alan Wong, and I have to say he did a really, really good job. We spent more than a year to actually go through all the design of this so that you can have a professional prop that will last you for a long, long time. Of course, you can store everything inside this Jiffy bag so that everything will be protected. Basically, bakes flat and play really, really big. Okay, so let's start first with the explanation of the normal routine, and then we go into clip choice. Okay, so let's start first with the setup of the envelopes. Now you have 2 envelopes in your hand, like you saw in the routine. Of course, you know, just refer to the video of the performance for all the presentation. I don't go through again because otherwise it will be, you know, there's no point. So what I'm going to do now is to actually first show the setup. I'm going to show the setup of one envelope because the other one is exactly the same, right? So this is what you have in your hand. So basically, this is how it works. You have here, let's say 2 compartments. The first one is I will say the spectator compartment, the open compartments, okay? You can bow like this. And actually in the live performance that you're going to watch in a second as a bonus here, you can see that I actually asked the spectator to remove the envelope from inside. You will see in a bit. But for now, let's refer to the online performance, okay? So basically in front here, I have the envelope with the piece of paper. You can put any piece of paper. I actually wrote on this piece of paper free magic lesson, okay, which is basically I have a video, a link video, which I will send to the spectator also with my promo at the beginning, so it's also a good thing for business. And then inside here, as you can see, there is a little lip right on top here. Okay, they will serve you to open with your thumb very quickly, and then you bow like this. Okay, so basically I put my thumb here and I bow like this, and inside here I prepared another envelope with a red dot, of course, and inside here there is a banknote. You can put any banknote here. There are 20 pounds, but you can put any banknote of your currency. So the banknote goes, the envelope with the banknote goes on the back right here, and the envelope with the piece of paper goes in front. Okay, so you basically are like this with two compartments. Okay, don't be, I know if there are many magicians that think as a magician that say, oh, but I want to show the envelope empty at the end. You don't need to, because the timing, and trust me, I've done this, and I know people that follow my lectures, they have also done this, and it's a killer routine. So go do it and you will not have problem, trust me, because this is a routine that's been done for more than 50 years. 15 years, so don't worry about it. So basically, let me go through the routine, but first the handling, okay? That's more important. So the spectator one, I normally like this. So let's say the spectator choose the number 1. I open the envelope. Oh, by the way, when you open the envelope, I will suggest you to hold like this and open, okay? So that if you don't open just for the side, but hold the bottom to open. So it's, it's more sturdy and quick. So basically, when I take the spectator envelope, okay, I do like this. Let me go the handling with 2 envelopes, it will be easy. So let's say the spectator choose the number 1, okay? So I take the number 2 and I put underneath my arm. Why I do that? Because like this is in full view. You don't want to put this on the table. You want to always be nice and, in front of the audience. That's very, very important. So let's say they choose number 1. I go with number 2 underneath my arm. I open this one, okay, and I do like this. I'm basically bowing, okay, with the compartment with the money thing on the back. So I'm doing this, and I visually take this from the front, but I don't make a big deal. I just take from the front like this. I close this and I put away. Okay, let's say I'm doing the online. I put on the table. That's fine, and then I show this empty. With a piece of paper. Now I show empty. Okay, and I show them that they won the free magic lesson. As you can see, this is still here. At this point, what I do, I take this one, and then while I talk, I just open. You see, now I open the secret compartment, okay? And then while I talk, I put my hand inside and I put this away. Now, I would like to point one important thing. This is why this routine is so strong and is visually very, very, very cool, because have a look at this. Now, let me put this back inside the pocket, okay? If I take the envelope from the front, and now this is really the one from the front, okay? Or I take the envelope from the back, the action and the illusion is exactly the same. Look, this is from the front, and when I do this, this is from the back and from the compartment, and as you can see, is exactly the same, and it's very quick. When I open this, I do like this, take the envelope. Now I took the one from inside, and this goes away, out of sight, out of mind. Don't worry about it. And then you show this. You show empty and you take the banknote and you have the revelation. So it's super, super easy. You just need, this why we cut 1 millimeter this side here, because this will allow you very quickly with the thumb. With the time, you will see that you can easily just bow the envelope, but this will help you to quickly open, you see, with the thumb, and now you have the envelope. That's it. That's it. Now, if you do the online show, and you want to just, give a feeling that this is empty, again, you don't need to. I'm just telling you because I know people start to think about it. So if you want, you can do. And what I do is very simple. On the table, I'm just taking the envelope from the front down, out of sight. And then once I show the banknote, I take again the number 2 and I put this in front. I say, okay, I want this. And now I proceed with clip choice revelation. So just in case, you want to show this empty, that's the way to do it, but you don't need to. Once you show this, this is the end of the routine. Now, let me tell you something which is really cool about this routine. On stage, if you have like two mic stands, okay, you can hang these on the side of the stage, and you can play during the show. Basically, you can start the show saying, look, I have 2 envelopes. One spectator has the chance during all the show to change their mind over and over as a callback. And then at the end, you can show the prediction, the present that they win, anything. And this is so flexible because this can be actually also, a company product or anything else. And as you can see, the reset is very, very simple. Now, I reset already the envelope and I'm ready to go. You just need to put the other one here in the red envelope and you're basically done. That's it. Very, very, very simple. So this is basically the explanation and the handling of the lucky envelopes. It's very, very simple. You see, you just need a little bit of practice and you're ready to go. One important thing, when you play with this routine, make sure all the time you show your end empty. Make sure that you tell the people that inside these color envelopes there are isolated and other small envelopes. So this is very important because we'll make sure that, you don't have any weird things in your hand or any strange manipulation. This is really, really clean. In fact, thank you, Steve Cook, because that is a genius idea. So basically, this is super clean. You can show your hand empty and you're done. Again, don't forget to put the one that they did not choose underneath your arm, and then you proceed with the revelation. Super simple. Just have a little bit of practice maybe in front of the video, especially when you open in the side. You see now I open the secret compartment. Boom, you take this, you put this away. If you do this on stage, you have a cube where you put everything inside, or your bag, just put it down, inside there and show the banknote. And that's it. And you end the routine. And then you proceed to the final revelation, which is clip choice, which I'm going to explain right now. So, and here we go with the explanation of clip choice. So, what you have to do to perform this extra bit in the routine? Well, you have a clip, and then you have 2 business cards. One is, say, you will choose number 1, the other one you will choose number 2. These 2, they go one on top of the other one. I have a number 1 in front, number 2 on the back. And then you clip this like so, okay? So you clip both the business card. Then what you do, you open this like this, okay? And you place inside your pocket in this way. Basically, the number 1 goes behind the pocket and the number 2 goes in front, okay? Or you can do the opposite, whatever. You can put the number 1 in front or whatever. But I prefer to have a number 1 here, which is close to my body. So basically, this goes like this, you see? So I have 1 goes behind the pocket and 1 goes outside. Now, like this, it looks like I have a 1 clipped piece of paper here, but in reality, it's like so, okay? It's like this. This is the pocket, and this is how it goes. So I have this in front here, like this. Now, at this point, you have two ways to reveal the prediction. If they choose number 1, I take both of them, I turn this, okay? And I open like this. So basically what I'm doing is a kind of double lift. Okay, I'm taking both of them like this, and I do that. And I remove the clip and I show the number 1 thing. Okay, so let me put this in focus like this. And then I just put this away in my pocket, right? If you are online, you can just simply remove also this one here and you do like this if you want, but you don't need to. Again, this is the first way you can reveal this. So again, let me go through again. You put this here, okay? You put this in your pocket like this, If they say number 1, I just remove this, boom, remove the clip, that's it. And I have number 1 prediction. Just a double lift, I bowl it a bit, so I'm sure I'm holding this. But also these business cards are good because a little bit sticky, so that's really, really perfect, okay? So this is the first revelation, if it's number 1. Now, if it's number 2, like happened in the video, this is what you're going to do. You're going to, with your right hand, you're going to clip the clip like this, and you do this motion, the clip open, it goes down, a clip on your pocket, and you only remove the number 2 in front. And this is even cleaner, okay? Because now what's happened, that the other one is on the back inside your pocket, and you can actually remove the clip if you want, because now this is felt inside my pocket. Okay, so that's it. So let me go through again. This one is super, super simple. So again, you open this like this, okay? And you put this inside here. So if they say number 2, you say, okay, very slowly, you clip, you open, push down together. This will clip to the pocket, and this goes in front. And now you have a beautiful, clean revelation. And again, if you want, you can actually remove this, make sure that the other one falls inside, and you are absolutely clean. But again, even if you have the double lift, if they choose a number 1, you just put everything in your pocket and you're done. So this is the clip choice that will kind of even confirm even more the choice they did with the envelope. And I love this because you can end the show saying, now, let me tell you, do you think it was a free choice, or do you think I somehow influenced your choice? Because I actually knew before the envelope you were going to choose, and now you show the prediction. And it's really, really, really good. So if you do again, this is a perfect opener because you can go on stage, 2 envelopes in your hands. This here will already attract attention, and bang, you have a fantastic 5-6 minutes opener, which is really, really strong, engaging, fun. The beautiful thing I like is that when you play with 50-50 choice, it's even stronger than playing with 6 envelopes. I'm a big fan of bank night routine, but the problem is that are very, very long. And for me, especially an opener, need to be quick and to the point. You want to go on stage, engaging the people, 2 envelopes, 50-50 game, and then you have this prediction here. Fantastic. It's really, really strong. I really love this routine. I think you can feel my passion for this routine because I've been performing this forever, and it's so strong, and it's really, really engaging. So that's basically it. You start with this, and then you proceed the revelation. Now I'm going to show you some other ideas you can use clip choice. Another way you can use clip choice is as a trick as its own. Basically you can just use these as a quick warm-up, before any kind of routine. In this case, I just placed the circle and the X on the back. And I have this right here. And you can start saying, look, we're going to try something. It's a 50-50 game. I have 20 pound here. I'm going to give it to you if you guess if here I have a circle or I have an X. And doesn't matter what they say, they will never win, basically, because you show what you want that want to show. So it can be also an intuitive test. Basically, it can be the opposite. I say, look, I need to test your intuition. So in order to do this routine, maybe after that you can do a nail writer guessing routine. You can guess a number. So you can say, look, before we do that difficult experiment, I'm going to check your intuition. Here on this clip, I have either a circle or an X. What do you think I have? Let's say they have whatever, a circle, boom, and you show the circle. Very good, we are connected, and you proceed to the routine. If they choose the X, of course, you do the same thing. You push this down and you show the X and you say, well done, we are connected, let's proceed to the routine. And then you do the nail writer routine. You say, look, there was a 50-50 chance, but now I'm going to ask you to think any number between 10 and 99. Boom, and you do routine. And as you can see, very quick and to the point, that can be a trick on its own. And again, it's super simple. Now, I know The only thing is that you need to have a jacket. I know people is also doing on the shirt. There are shirts with pockets, you know, like dark ones, and you can do that. In order to do this, yes, of course, you need a pocket where you can leave this in. But another idea that I want to give you, if you don't have a jacket, if you don't perform with jacket, you can even do with the trouser. You can have, I don't know, this on the side of your trouser. If you have like a jeans, you can do this on the jeans. You say, look, in my pocket, I have a clip with a piece of paper hanging out. And you do the same handling because it works anyway. You know, if you take from the pocket, you do like this, same stuff. Or if you have like a box, an IKEA box, you know, the big one where you actually place the props on stage, you can have these clipped on the outside of the box, on the border of the box. So imagine this is the border of the box. You can have these actually clipped outside because it's very thin. It will be like a pocket. So basically you can say, look, clipped on the box, there is a piece of paper with a prediction. And then again, you do the same move, but on the border of the box, which is also quite nice because if you buy the black box, you know, the square box, you can have these actually placed on top, hanging on top. So it looks quite nice, especially because this is silver and this is white. So it will attract attention. So again, you can use the border of the box. Anything has a border where you can hang these on top. It works fine. I prefer the jacket because it's being an opener. Again, that's my style. I go on stage with this in my pocket, 2 envelopes, boom, and I'm ready to go. But again, if you want, you can use these on the border of the box. If you want to use on its own, if you have a jeans, you can put this on the side of the pocket of the jeans. And that's it. You know, there are also trouser pocket with a pocket like the straight and not like this. So it's super easy and works absolutely perfectly. So again, it's up to you. As long as you have something that can divide these two, you're ready to go and ready to perform. A little bit of creativity, I'm sure you will find a way to do this clip choice. So I think this is a great addition to the routine, but it works really well on its own. Now, of course, you will also find these 2 ones here. By the way, why we draw a border around? That's very important because when you do the double lift, the border will make it, the illusion will make it work better, you know. We gave you 2 blank because you can write in your own language, or you can make your own. Just take a couple of business cards, put, you know, some black tick marker around, and then you can have anything here. You can have yes and no. You can have you know, any other thing that can be 50-50. So it's really, the limit is only in your imagination, and you can do a lot of things with this little idea, which I think is really, really cool. And I remember when I did to Penn and Teller, it went really well because, you know, that plays also on stage in Vegas. So it was really, really nice. So that's it. Hope you enjoy. But now it's time to show you the live presentation from my Penguin lecture. So this is the live performance. And you can see what happened in this performance because there are some psychological bits which I think are really worth to see because they can make the routine even bigger. Here we go. Sophie, Amelia, we are going to play a game. What do you think?
Yeah, looks great.
Yeah, that's great. So we're going to play a game, but let me tell you something. You see here, I have a clip, and this clip is actually the outcome of the game. And the clip will be here in full view. But let's play the game. Here, as you can see, I have 2 envelopes. One has the number 1, and the other one has the number 2. Now, inside these 2 envelopes, as you can see, there are 2 smaller envelopes. In only one of them, there is a fantastic prize. There is actually a free magic trick that I'm going to teach you if you win, if you choose the right envelope, okay? Now, before you just already go with your intuition and choose one envelope, in fact, I see Sophia and Amelia, maybe you can play together, and then at the end, one of you will choose one envelope, okay? Mm-hmm. So this is what you're going to do. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about the envelopes. So the number 1
That's the number one. Now everybody in life want to be number one. You know, that's we know. And the number two, is the number two, is the second one. You know, so maybe I already influence your choices with that, but maybe not. So let me tell you something more about the colors. No, the red one is the color of passion. You know, normally we choose this color as a very passionate person. That we know this. We know that red is good. And then number two is the color related with money. So, you know, number two, green, the dollars, color of money. But normally, who choose the number two is a little bit greedy. But I'm not saying that you are greedy, okay? That's not. But I'm just telling you. So, you know, hopefully you already make up your mind and you know which envelope you have to choose. So think about, okay? I'm going to try really everything to influence your choices. So which one do you want? The number one or the number two? Sophie, you do the choice. Amelia, if you want, you can maybe discuss the choice with Sophie. As long at the end you choose one of those. So which one do you want?
Okay, well, I think I know what I want. What do you think, Amelia?
I don't know. What do you want?
Well, green's my favorite color, so I was thinking about that from the start.
You go with it. So
maybe that means I'm greedy.
Yeah.
You maybe. So you want the number two then?
Yes,
right?
please.
Okay, so we leave the number one right here, and we're going to check what is inside envelope number two. And inside here, as you can see, let me show there is nothing else inside this envelope. There is actually a piece of paper that says, free magic lesson. Well done. You won. Very good, very good. But I know what you think. You probably think, okay, well, probably, you know, Luca is too good, and he put also in the number one a piece of paper. Well, you know, I told you that I did everything I can to influence your choices, and I'm glad, because if you choose the number one, look, inside the number one, there's actually a 20-pound banknote. So well done for not choosing the number one. But remember that I told you that here I had the outcome of this game. Now, let me remove the clip very slowly and let me show you, because here I actually wrote, you will choose number two.
Oh my God.
Well done, well done, well done, well done. Thank you very much. Thank you for taking part to this crazy game. Bravo.
Thanks, Luca. That was so fun.
Yeah.
How do you know that I was going to choose that? I mean, I guess you can't tell me.
So what you just saw was the live performance I did in my Penguin lecture, but you know, there are so many other ideas in that lecture that maybe you can get it, you know, if you want. But anyway, so the lucky envelopes, as you can see, can play really, really strong also on stage, because what you saw here is the online performance, but this routine, as you saw now in the Penguin lecture, was a stage performance, which again I performed basically everywhere. Now, as you notice, there are some main differences, and there are also some more revelation. By the way, at the time I didn't have yet created the clip choice, so you, if you want now, you can actually end as an extra kicker with a clip choice, which will make everything even stronger. So basically there are a couple of differences. The first thing is, let me go here, that the envelope in front, okay, instead of having the free magic lesson, has a piece of paper which says, let me show you, dear, and then there is nothing else written after that. I knew you will choose the envelope number one, okay? So this is here. There is nothing written here after dear, and I will tell you why in a moment. That's very important, okay? So this goes here, and on the back, of course, we have the usual envelope with the 20-pound banknote. So the first thing you need to do in order to have the other revelation, I mean the guessing of the name and the guessing of the star sign, I use a technique which I call the pre-show, not pre-show. Of course, this is just the tip of the iceberg, because there are so many other ideas you can expand with this concept that I normally teach in my lectures. But for now, I'm going just to tell you how to use with this. And actually, this also was a little help from Michael Weber, which he gave me another tip during this pre-show, not pre-show. Let me explain what I do. I normally, before the show, approach one person of the audience and I say, hello, my name is Luca. Please don't tell me your name. Listen, this is important. I don't know yet his name. Okay, don't tell me your name, because I don't want the people think that we know each other. I'm looking for people with a specific characteristic to do an intro guessing routine on stage or something like this, whatever you want to say. So what is your star sign? Pisces. Now, as you can see, I'm trying to guess. This is a Michael Weber idea, because if I guess it's right, you already have the first hit. If not, fine. Say, oh, by the way, what is your star sign? If you say, let's say you say Taurus. I say, oh, Taurus, that's very interesting. Okay, maybe I'm going to use it. I don't know yet, but just thank you very much. At this point, I go walking also with the other people, and I don't say the same thing, or if I want, I can say exactly the same, or they say welcome to the people, but he sees that I'm going to talk with other people. So what I've done now, with the excuse of a test, okay, on stage, I got the information. Now this will create a dual reality, okay? The dual reality here is that I'm using this kind of excuse of knowing the star sign to understand his behaviors, but for him, and will be the opposite. Okay, so for the audience, will be the opposite. The audience will think that from his choice I understood his star sign, and his point of view is that from his star sign I understood his choices. So it's a very clean pre-show. Okay, it's not, even if he will talk after, that's fine. You're very clean. You didn't ask him to write anything down. It's super clean. So at this point, I got the information and I proceed with the handling. Now, the handling here is a little bit different. I mean, it's the same thing. Once he chooses his envelope, I put the one he didn't choose underneath my arm. And now what I do, I open the envelope and I bow, asking him to take the envelope. Now, there is no way for him he can make any mistake. He needs to take the envelope from the front. And at this point, once he has his envelope in his hand, very quickly, I open mine and I say, oh, look, can you please turn your envelope with the color dot towards the audience? As you can see, I don't even look inside the envelope. I already took the one with the money now here. And at this point, we're very clean, both of us on stage. But before I do that, as you can see, as you saw in the performance, once he makes his choice, I will stop for a second and say, okay, do you want to change your mind? And now I ask all the audience to count from 5 to 1. And after he said his answer, like, okay, I stick with number 1, or I don't know, I change with number 2, I always say something, oh, I can tell that your star sign is Taurus, because when you decide something, there is nothing that makes you change your mind. I'm all right. Now he's confirming what? He's confirming that, well, I know you Taurus, and, because you did that, I can tell that you don't change your mind because you're Taurus. So in his brain, everything is fine. But for the audience, looks like that from his choice, I guess his star sign. Okay, I hope you're following me. Just rewind this video to understand. Again, this is nothing more than a confirmation principle. Peter Turner, if you read his work, you know what I'm talking about. So, but it's connected to my pre-show, not pre-show. So one more time. He make his choice. Do you want to change your mind? He will say, no. Perfect. Oh, well, I can tell, this is very important, I can tell that your star sign is Taurus, because when you decide something, there is nothing that make you change your mind. I'm all right? Yes. Boom. It looks like you guessed his star sign, but for him, you just pointing the fact that because he's Taurus, he don't change his mind, right? And this is very clean. At this point, you do the move. You give him his envelope, the one with a piece of paper, and you take the one with the money. Then you switch the envelope. So what I do, I say, look, before you open yours, please open mine. At this point, what happened? He's opening his envelope and he will find the piece of paper. So let me find the piece of paper right here. Sorry, I have a whole little mess here. So that's the piece of paper. Here we go. So when he open his piece, he will open your envelope. He will find the banknote. Fine, you say, oh well, this is not a game where the mentalists win, the spectator choose. This was only a game where I want to show you how we can influence people's mind. In fact, I actually wrote a prediction inside your envelope. Take out a piece of paper. He will take the piece of paper, closed, you will take this, you will open, and now what's happened? You are going to cover the thumb after the word dear. Why this? Because when you call him on stage, you did the Dunninger ploy. So if you don't know what the Dunninger ploy is, let me tell you. Dunninger was used to call people on stage, and under the cover of the applause, he was asking them their name. And then he was he was guessing the name on stage. But this is different, because now when I call him, this is the first time actually I know his name. You need to think one important thing, that most of the time the people will forget, because under the pressure that they're coming on stage, they will even forget that they told you their name. Why this happened? Because their name is an automatic thing to say. When you say, what's your name? They will say, John, boom, John, done. They forgot about it. Because they're coming on stage, they're tense. So, rewinding everything back, once I go on stage, I go to the person I know their star sign, and I go on down in the audience, say, can you please join me? Let's make him a big round of applause. If I have the microphone, I put the microphone on mute. I ask him his name. He will say John. He will come on stage, and now I know his name. I know his star sign. So once I got the piece of paper, I cover with my thumb the space after dear, and I say, oh, here is written dear John, right? Is a John your name? Yes, boom. You have predicted also the name here. This is important. And I say, I knew you will choose the envelope number. Can you please finish to read? Now, this is a very psychological bit, because now the audience is thinking that he's reading a piece of paper where there is also his name on it, right? Please, this is very important. Follow this. Now he's reading number 2. You thank him and he goes to the place. And of course, if you want, now you can even give another revelation with clip choice if you want. But this, I think, is enough, because it's already here the prediction. But the beauty is, and listen to this, it's a very sneaky thing. Normally, when I do the lucky envelope, I call the same spectator to open a prediction at the end of the show. So during the show, if you put this back in your table, okay, in your box, you can actually write with the Sharpie his name on the piece of paper. So what this means, that when you call him back, you can say, oh, by the way, I forgot to give you this before. So now he will have the piece of paper with his name on it. And in his hand, and look, this is very weird. He will say, okay, even if he remember, but he will forget 99% of the time, but he will say, okay, even if I told him my name when I stood up, he already had the envelope in his hand, so how he know my name? So you see, this goes in loop. So basically it would be impossible to backtrack anything. So please rewind everything. So remember, these are the main point. You go first to the spectator, you do the pre-show, no pre-show, you know his star sign, okay? Now, you start the routine, you go on stage, you pick the spectator, you do the Dunninger ploy. Now you know his name and his star sign. At this point, you do all the routine, please watch the performance again. You give him the envelope with a piece of paper, you take the one with the money. At this point, you say, before you open yours, please open mine. So you give your envelope, he will find the money, and then you say, look, this was not a game where the mentalists win, the spectator lose. This was that just to show the audience how we can influence people's choices. Now you open the piece of paper, you cover with the thumb, you do the thing of the name, they will finish to read on the piece of paper, and then again, if you want to give the piece of paper, you have all the time during the show to write their name. So, as you can see now, this routine, it really became huge. With only 2 envelopes, you have a fantastic routine on stage that is a killer and it packs really, really flat. I used these on my second show on the cruise ship. It was a killer routine. It was like 1,200 people in the theater, but it was really, really fun because again, you play with 50-50 chance. The spectator is the eyes of the audience. They will see the envelope, they will see the money, they will see the piece of paper. It's really, really strong. I mean, this is a routine that, again, it can play in any way you like with company product. You can have, as I say, the 2 microphone stands with this envelope on top. I mean, it's fantastic, a fantastic routine, which I'm sure you will enjoy performing. Thank you very much for purchasing this routine. I'm sure you will have a blast performing it because it served me well for more than 50 years, and I'm sure you will enjoy performance. 15, not 50. I'm a young guy, okay? See you next time. I'm going to give you the chance to win some money. Yeah, okay, so can you please join me on stage? Let's make a big round of applause of our friend, ladies and gentlemen. Hello. Hello. Okay, we start with something very, very easy here, okay? I have 2 envelopes. One has the number 1 and one has the number 2. Now, inside these 2 envelopes, as you can see, isolated inside, there are 2 small envelopes. And only one of them, there is a 20 euro banknote. In another one, only a piece of paper. Now for you it's very easy because you have a 50-50 chance to guess which is the lucky envelope. I need to use some psychological techniques, okay, to make you choose the wrong envelope. You see, for example, when I say the wrong envelope, I move the envelope number 2. But this doesn't mean that here there is a piece of paper. Now we have another psychological aspect which is very important. 2 different colors. One is red and one is green. Now, as you may know, the red color is the most chosen color, you know? Right. And the green color instead is the color related to money. You know, the dollars, the color of money. So maybe you think, okay, probably look, I put the money inside the green one because it's too obvious. But this doesn't mean that here there are the money. Maybe there is in the number 1, but maybe not. We don't know. But now it's time to choose. Which one you want? Number 1 or number 2? Look, I don't want to influence your choice at all. So which one you want? One of these 2. Number 2? Oh, that was easy. Okay, so number 2. Good. Look, let's do one thing. That was your conscious choice. I'm going to give you 5 seconds to change your mind. So after 5 seconds, you can decide if you want to keep the number 2 or you want to swap with the number 1. Okay? So let's count all together. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What you do? You keep or you change?
I'm going to keep.
You want to keep. I can tell your star sign is Libra, because when you decide to do something, there is nothing that makes you change your mind, right?
Right.
Good. Okay. So that's the number 2 then. Okay. So I would like you to take the envelope, please, for me. Very good. Please don't open it yet. Don't open it yet because I would like that you turn the envelope with the colors dot towards the audience, so that this we remember which is which. Good. So you went for number 2, the green one, and you leave me with number 1. And it was fair because I asked you if you want to change your mind, right?
Right.
You should have changed your mind.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. Look, before you open yours, can you open mine? Now, what we have inside? Look at that. In Italy, we say mamma mia when something goes wrong, you see? But, you know, I was so sure that you was going to choose this envelope that I wrote something inside here. Can you please open this envelope? Look, there is a piece of paper. And I wrote inside here, dear Jacob. Is Jacob your name,
yes.
Yeah? I knew you will choose. Which is the number? Nice and loud.
2.
Number 2, ladies and gentlemen, Jacob. Thank you very much. Thank you. Please. So I'm here with Paul McGuy for a special talk. Paul, nice to have you here in this
Good morning. Good morning.
lucky envelope instruction.
So it's a sunny day in England, which is weird. But anyway, we are going to we're going to talk with you. I wanted to talk with you, especially with you in these instructions, because you have a very close relationship with Steve Cook, and I would like that you tell us about a little bit the history, because the Lucky Envelope has seen a lot of transformation during this, I will say, 16, 17 year. I mean,
yeah, definitely. Yeah, so going back to probably, I would say, Luca, 2011, 2012, you were a customer of Psychic Mentality, the Grizzly.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
Psychic Grid, and I think you were one of the first to road test the Minds.
The Grismerlock. Also the Grismerlock.
And the Mind's Eye box as well, yeah. Grismerlock, you had a couple of those as well. And Steve Cook, who I've known for many years, who actually got me back into magic for one reason or another. We actually came to see your lecture in Derby.
Yeah.
With that.
And then everything was born. And then we started this friendship and collaboration with you, with Steve, and things never happen. Always there is a reason why things happen. So.
Exactly. So we went from being Luca Volpe fans to Luca
Volpe to productions
and friends and very good friends. And you did a terrific version. I mean, it totally baffled Steve and myself, of the Lucky Envelopes in its very raw form. It was a lot smaller and more made. And I think Steve and myself spent about a good half hour, maybe an hour afterwards, just talking to him mainly about the Lucky Envelopes routine. It was a really, really good routine. And as you said, Steve, as people will know, never sleeps. His mind is always over and over things. And he came up with one or two nice little subtleties which are included in this version.
Yeah.
It's taken probably, I would say, well over a year to get these props exactly right. With Alan Wong.
With Alan, I have to say he did a very good job, because what I was saying, we even thought about the distance between the thumb, the base of the thumb and the opening of the envelope, because if you do with normal envelope that you normally buy, they are too long, so basically the thumb cannot touch the lip. And this was a big challenge, because we had to custom made each envelope, which basically it will allow you to push right precisely to the base of the thumb, so that you can touch the lip of the opening here, because if it was too long, you can't reach with the thumb, so you had to do with the finger. So we had to really design everything from scratch. And this envelope, you can't find it around. These are only for this routine.
Absolutely nightmare. I mean, the originals, we used the medium-sized Snowpake envelope.
Yeah, the Snowpake. The problem is, when I was explaining this in my lecture, first of all, they're very difficult to find. And also, you still have to kind of get used to it and modify them a little bit. Also, another problem is that some of them, they're too, they're not thick like this one. This is a very good thick plastic. Some of them, they're very, very, they're kind of soft. And also, if you don't live in specific countries, it will cost you a lot of money. And basically, just to make them, it will cost maybe the double of what you can get with a custom made with this one, I mean.
And it's not just that, Luca, with these, and you're quite right. I think we went through probably half a dozen of Alan did, half a dozen prototypes, if you like, to get this exactly right. And using the original Snowpake envelopes as we did back in the day, this insert, you couldn't get it to come right to the end. There was a gap, which meant that when you were pulling this envelope from the back, this front card would come.
Can move, yes. Instead, with this one, it goes straight. It's very tight, and it's very important because it looks like a colored envelope.
Yes.
And it will never move from inside. I mean, you can shake this all the way you want, even like this, it doesn't go anywhere.
No.
And it's also important because it will protect the actual color paper inside. So, and as I said in the previous instruction, you don't need to remove this piece of paper from inside because this is
no.
basically part of the envelope. And this will last you forever if you keep inside here.
If you keep, yeah. And something you've just glossed over there, which is very, very important, is this tiny little 1 millimeter lip.
Yes, this is really, really, but I've been, this why I think, you see, this is what the people has. The people has a road tested routine from years of performances. I've done this in my second show on the cruise ship. I was opening with this routine. I mean, in the cruise ship, you know, you have like 1,000 people in the theater. I mean, yeah. And this played really well. And I really thought everything, because when I open without look, I already done it. You know, I open already.
Yeah.
Without look at anything, because I need to feel with my thumb. As soon as I do like this, boom, and it's open.
Yeah.
In a second. Now, if you don't have this millimeter here, you're going to find a way to open.
Yeah.
So, and also this one was a big challenge for Alan Wong, because basically, if you do, this was a nice story that I want to tell the people, that I want to tell the people who's following us here, because basically, the machine cannot cut so small. So normally the machine is like, it's a big cut, and it was too obvious. So basically we had people cutting manually each set of this. So this millimeter, guys, is manually cut for each single set.
Yeah.
So, and also only this cost us a lot of money to do it.
Yeah, and just simple little things. The number is printed on. It's not a.
Yes. Because in the previous version, of course, I was telling the people to buy the stickers with the number or to Sharpie, you know, with the thick Sharpie to write, and it's not good. This is actually printed. So
the little envelope, specially made. It's not just a standard manila envelope. If you feel the quality of this, I'm sure you've done that already.
Yeah.
The little spot is not the sticker that it was originally on the original one, the little sticker.
Yeah, and one important point is that the color of the spot on the envelope is exactly the same color of the card inside.
Yeah.
So it's not that, because, for example, previous version, you need to buy the stickers, which is never the same color of these anyway. It can be like a dark red or so. We really thought of everything.
Yeah, every single detail, and hats off to Alan as usual. As usual, he's done a terrific job. Yeah. And as you say, these props are will last you forever. Very visual, and something just as simple as on the original. I don't know if you can remember, Luca. Green was number 1. Yeah. Red was number 2, and just that psychological difference of switching those numbers around.
Yes, that's true.
It just makes a massive, massive psychological.
It's true, because you can play with colors and stuff. Yeah. So speaking about playing and all this, there are many things, many ideas you can play with this routine. And one of the things I approached in the previous explanation was the idea to have these 2 envelopes on stage hanging somewhere, and so that you can play throughout all the show. I mean, you can go on stage, you can say, look, we have 2 envelopes here, 1 green, 1 red, 1 number 1, 1 number 2. You randomly choose one in the audience. And then during the show, this spectator can change their mind until the end or close to the end of the show. And also can also be used for, this can also be used for a prediction or anything else, you know, if you want to insert this choice in a prediction of some sort, like if the people has the closer, for example. But one important thing I didn't show in the previous instruction is this. This is basically is a clip that is used to hold the green screen that you put on light stand, and it's called Utebit. Let me share the screen here because I would like that the people can see. So this is the Utebit metal clamp holder. Can you see, Paul?
Yeah, can see that
And
perfectly.
this is only $16.99 for the couple. Pounds, it would be about $20. You can find this any Amazon all around the world. Basically, this is to hold the green screen, but in reality, if you put this on a light stand, or this is removable, this thing, okay? You can put also on a mic stand. So you don't need to bring with you when you do a show, and there is the audio, facilities, the technicians. You tell them, look, I need a microphone stand or a light stand. They will give to you because, of course, it's a service video light. They have everything. Like I'm doing, in my show. I just go with this, remove the mic, and I put this on top. So now this become a perfect things to hold. And actually, this was a good find from Renzo Baronti. Renzo is a good friend of mine and yours in the group. And it was a really good find, because now you can, if you have two of these and two mic stand, you can hang, one envelope basically on one side of the stage and one on the other one, and that's it.
It's perfect.
And it's perfect. You don't need any, clip with a rope, things like this. You just have this, boom. And this, again, check this brand, because there are different ones. This is the best one because it's very, very solid, and with $20 you can't go wrong anyway. So.
No, terrific find there, Luca. And like you say, it's very visual, and it'll be very intriguing for the audience. They're going to be seeing those straight away, aren't they? And all the way the show until Well, you have also extensively used this routine without clip choice, because clip choice is something quite new that I did for Penn and Teller, Full Us. So basically, it's a 50-50 choice, and it's already, I think, a trick can be used on its own. Definitely. Clip choice is the possibilities are endless. Just going back to the lucky envelopes. I've always been a fan of bank nights. But I've never liked the like a lot of performer. I've never liked the premise that the performer wins and the participant loses. So, like you've done here, you've a free magic lesson or whatever. As I've always bought a lottery ticket.
Yeah, that's good.
Folded that up, and so they've won a lottery ticket. But I've always made it clear that if it's a winning lottery ticket, they've got
50%.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I always leave a business card. Give a business card just in case they do win. But it's just nice that that it's not a win and lose situation. It's a win.
Yeah, and that's why I think the difference, the main difference between this and the bank night, first of all, is 50-50 chance, 2 envelopes, and you eliminate all the 5-6 envelopes, which is long procedure, and then you need to go in the audience, give the envelope, and then you go down from the stage up. You don't want that. You want to go on stage, boom, 2 envelopes, game, call one on stage, and you can do all the stage routine or the online routine. There are many ways this can play. One important thing you just said, you instead of having the lottery number, you can actually have your business card with on the back. You can write the lucky. You can write, these are the next lucky numbers. So they have to keep the business card because the numbers are written on the back.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's can even be better. So they have to keep the business card anyway. So again, I wanted to eliminate, like you say, all the long procedure. Also, the fact that there are 2 different colors. Psychological things in it, so it's more like showing. In fact, that's one important thing I always say in my routine. This was not a game where the mentalist win and the spectator lose, was just to show you how we can influence people's choices, because at the end they go away with something. It depends how you want to play, because there is also the version where you predict the name of the spectator, like I show in the live performance. But really, you can have like the product of the company. Or sometimes happen when you do like big corporate shows, there is the CEO that say, oh, look, can you maybe present one of our, gift to one of our best, maybe there is the guy that worked in the company for 40 years. Okay.
Yeah.
So they want to know. They want a prize or something, they want to give him like a present. So here can be the present. and here it can be, I don't know, 2,000 pounds, whatever, or it can actually be nothing, that they find the present. So it's all a win-win situation. You don't win anything, but you make them win this big present, and the other side maybe can be something said from the CEO of the company. It can be like a little sentence and say, congratulations, John, for being 40 years
of service.
So boom, you have a custom-made routine which you can sell to the company for a lot more. They cost only $35 basically. So
but it has taken what is basically a 50-50 routine, but made it even stronger than a multiple choice routine. And that routine, as you mentioned, it's very, very, very strong. And then as you've mentioned with the inclusion of clip choice, it's taken it just that next
another level, because you have a confirmation of the choice. So you show from the beginning that you were able to influence their choice.
Yeah, exactly. And again, the level of detail that Alan, all three of us have gone to, just to get something as simple as this right. You would think a bulldog clip's a bulldog clip, but believe you me, that has taken a lot of finding, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Just little subtleties, such as the border around the card. So it doesn't matter if it comes slightly apart, you're not going to see anything.
Because it's
the attention to detail. The attention to detail is terrific. The inclusion of the zero and the cross, and then the blank wants to come up with your own routine.
And it can be anything. It can be anything.
Yeah, absolutely anything, Luke. Absolutely.
It already can be just like I said. Let's say you want to do even for close up, you want to do a nail writer routine. You want to use nail writer. So you say, look, let's do a test, 50-50 chance. You need to guess if it's an X or a circle. What do you think is? It's an X. Well done. So we are connected. Boom. And you go into the next routine.
Exactly, and not just the clip choice, Luca. This, although it is ideal for stage, parlour, cabaret, I've used it for close-up.
That's true.
Sits inside your jacket pocket.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to see anything.
And
the subtleties of as you're doing this.
Yes.
Really showing.
I do all the time through the routine.
And as you've proved online as well, that is extremely close-up. You couldn't get any closer, really. And the little subtlety, as you put this down, you're ditching the. I ditch. That's what I wanted to talk with you about, because now, of course, when we think with the magician thinking, we say, I would like to show this empty. First of all, you don't need to, because the timing and the routine, if you see all the performance, the online one and the live one, I don't really give the time to people to think. And this is really important, because basically, once they make their choice, you put this here, you tell them if it's a live performance, look, take the envelope from inside. They take it. And when you bowl like this, basically, there is no way they can make any mistake. They have to take this one. And then meanwhile, they have the envelope in their hands. I'm opening this, I'm taking the one from inside, and this goes away straight inside the box. And that's it. And then I say, look, show your envelope to the camera, whatever. Now, there is one thing. Of course, if you're online, you can just do like this, boom, and this goes away, okay? Because that's it. And you can put the money back inside here. But even if you are on stage, once you take this back inside the box, you basically do like this. This will fall in the box. You take this and you say, look, these 20 pounds are mine. That's it. And you implant in the people's mind that this was empty from the beginning. But honestly, I haven't done that. You don't need
Never
to.
done.
The mere fact, Luca, that they're literally putting the hand in there to remove this. If they're within reach and distance, why would you have to keep overproving? You don't.
You don't need to. But of course, we are giving the people these options just in case. But and honestly speaking, in the years I thought, okay, how can I make maybe a sliding panel? Taking the envelope. And then more I perform. By the way, there is John Morton. John, we know is a magician that works a lot. Has a lot of weddings and it's a very busy magician. And he's doing this envelope when he saw this in my lecture forever. And this is opener. And he said, don't improve them. He said, just maybe
Just
you
leave
will-
it as it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said,
Yeah.
leave it like they are.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
do anything more because it works.
Yeah, and the thing is, look, we've not. It's just tiny subtleties. We've not changed anything dramatically.
Yeah.
Tiny little subtleties that have been added, and obviously the biggest part of the work is research is getting the props
Right. Yeah.
Right. and made from the ground up.
Yes. Yeah.
As you know, Alan and Psychic Mentality, we always like to provide top-notch props, whether we're making them from the ground up or sourcing them.
Yeah.
It's always top quality. Every single thing on here has been produced from the ground.
And what we've done, basically, as soon they buy, they can use the day after. After you don't need to do any art and craft, nothing. Basically,
Nothing. Yeah.
Even the cards with you will choose number one and you will choose number two for Crypto is all made. Basically, you take from the bag and you perform it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
But the thing is as well, Luca, when it comes to replacements, just a simple mail envelope,
Yeah.
or even a coloured envelope. That could be a red envelope or a green envelope inside the red one.
absolutely, yeah.
About with the psychology, you could have a green envelope inside the red,
Yeah.
and vice versa, or just a manila envelope with a sticker on like the original. So replacements,
Yeah, anything.
these absolute pennies or.
I was even thinking to use Polaroid pictures, but with the back towards the here. So
Mhm.
basically, you don't know what is on the Polaroid. You see only the back.
Back.
So it can be, a picture of something. They have the picture of whatever, and you have the picture of something else that can lead to another thing. So it just literally any flat things that can be in an envelope or outside an envelope back to the audience, that will work. It can be a picture.
Mhm.
It can even be if, imagine this. I know this is complicated, but you can do that if you have the facility to do it. Imagine that before the show, you manage to do a picture of one of the people in the audience, or through Facebook, you get a picture of this person. You print them,
Yeah.
okay? And you have in the secret, in front here, let's say inside the compartment, you have your own picture. And outside here, you have their picture. So I say, look, I have 2 Polaroids here. Okay, you don't know yet what it is. I will like that, you choose one on the envelope. They choose they choose one Polaroid. So they take it, but hold between your hands. Don't look at it yet. So now you say, look, this is the one you left to me. And they say, oh, that's my picture. Can you check your Polaroid? And they find that picture inside. I mean,
Yeah.
this is crazy,
Yeah.
So you can do that. Of course, if you have a Polaroid, you can have your assistant making a picture secretly before the show to the spectator that you are going to call. And imagine this, if you want to push this to a step even further, let's say you have a number sit and you can have a switch box, for example, the TBC box. Okay, you can have the TBC box with all the forcing seat is the one that you took the picture before. So you can have a basically, all different numbers, the spectators choose and say, look, they're all different seat. And they say, okay, now take any number, seat number. And now you randomly choose the one they will have the picture inside the envelope. So this will be even crazy. So as you can see, you can actually add the multiple layers to this prop. And again, if you have a TBC box and this, everything will pack so flat that you have an incredible opening routine. I mean, it's just, going through ideas and brainstorming.
And all the time, Luca, you've got that cementing that influence by having that prediction.
Yeah, that will be there from the beginning.
Yeah. So there's thousands of ideas that you can apply to this prop.
Yeah, and it can even be one more idea: a Pegasus book test. Imagine that you're doing a Pegasus page.
Okay, yeah.
And the spectator can find the envelope with the missing page from the book. You know, that can be
Got mine down there somewhere. I can.
your Pegasus page there.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it can be also this, you know, you can actually connect multiple routines to this one. So they can find in the envelope the missing page from that book that was disappeared before, for example, you know. So this maybe can be, or you can actually have this in the beginning, can be an opener, and then they just find this missing random page. At beginning, it doesn't mean anything, but then when you during the show you do the Pegasus page, you say, oh, but there is a page missing. Oh, but you find a page at the beginning of the show, which is the page number you have in the hands, and now everything starts to come together. You see, just basically with 2 envelopes and some other routine. So what I suggest to people, don't limit your routine to what I explain, you know, or what I show you, because this is like a tool that you can use for basically anything in your show.
Yeah, yeah. But not taken away from the routine that is included. It's very, very strong, simple to easy to follow.
Yeah.
International. Everybody knows green and red. And
Yeah, 1 and 2. That's another important thing you pointed, because we wanted to use, you know, because you can also use, like, I don't know, at the beginning we say, oh, why we don't use maybe emoticons?
Yeah.
You know, smile, sad, and happy. But I think more simple you are with this routine, and more international can play. You know, also you don't have any problem of copyrights.
No.
Like this.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's a proven routine. It's stood the test of time, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I know you still use it.
I still do it. I do it all the time. It's always with me in my bag.
Yeah.
And this actually I do online a lot. I do in my corporate shows, especially if I want to promote one thing or one product. It's always in my bag because it takes no space, and it weighs like, I don't know, 2 grams. It's nothing.
Yeah.
So it's really good.
Yeah. I think that's covered it. Real look. I mean, it'd be really nice to get feedback from people. Any ideas that you come up with yourself?
Yeah. There is my group, Luca Volpe Mentalism Productions, on Facebook. Feel free to post some ideas there if you want. We don't have a specific group for this because, to be honest, to just being behind all the Facebook group will be complicated. So the main one is Luca Volpe Mentalism Production on Facebook. We have a big community of mentalists and big names also in mentalism there. We have Osterlin, Banachek. There is a lot of people in that group. So you will really enjoy to be there. And there are also latest news, people sharing ideas. And also it's a closed group, so there is no chance the information can go around to general audience.
No.
Yeah. Okay, so Paul, thank you very much for this chat. Hope that people got some good ideas from this video, and see you, Paul, for the next release.
See you soon.
Ciao. Bye bye.
Take care. Ciao. Bye, everybody.